All right, well, good morning. We got the knock from the guys from the lab that they're going to be ready to do our sample soon. So I'm going to jump out and get the lid open and get the two fittings ready. Make sure the seals are pulled, and we'll be ready to go. So we have our airline connected up here. We're going to take this end, connect it to our compressor. That's it there. So now that'll just hang out, and then we have to climb up to the top and melt that Christmas tree, that valve out. So I have my torch, and we'll see up there. All right, guys, so right here, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna heat this up, mainly down here. This is where that material splashes up and cools. I don't know if you can hear that, the little pop. That little pop on that end means that it's melting and the air is flowing now. So you can hear it kind of gurgling in there. That means that it should be good. So let's get our stick out. Still need a little more. It's not letting us get there. Okay, let's try that. I don't know. We'll try and open it. Let's see. Let's see, guys, it's barely even coming out there, so we really need to melt this. See the inside of that lid? All right, guys, now we got a pretty good gurgle going on. And yep. Now we're good. It's all the way in there. And then we'll just lift this lid just to double check. Oh yeah. Yep. See how it melted away from there now? Perfect. Okay, we'll get these latched back up. Good to go. All right, well, we got the hose connected, PTO started. Our man out there is made his connections. We're flowing product. We just sit and wait. He watches and makes sure there's nothing leaking or anything like that. If there is, he comes out, gets my attention, we'll shut her down. But knock on wood, everything's been going well. We're going to curl back up here and just relax a little bit. All right, guys, we're all finished here in Forest, Virginia. We're gonna head back to Ergon, same way we came. Groundhog Day. The GPS shows a crash up near Harrisonburg on 81. No shocker there. So we're gonna take our time and see where we're definitely gonna get up there, get loaded, and get back as far as we can. All right, this is where we get on 29 North all the way up to 64. There are a lot of leaves on the ground around here, but the trees really aren't changing yet. it all the way up to 64 West. Some pretty good logs on the dump truck. Of course, it looks like my phone's doing that thing where it's shutting off after 20 seconds again. I don't really understand it. I didn't even really see that time it shut off after 7 seconds. It doesn't make sense. I don't know if that has something to do with the bouncing. It's getting pretty warm out. It's 84 on the dash right now. Like, wasn't expecting. All right, we are moving along. On Interstate 81. Not real sure what I'm going to do for dinner yet. Tom's Brook still for another half hour yet. Cup of coffee today. Gorgeous day out here. The sun, clouds looking over the mountains to our left. Still hanging right around 81 degrees. Man, it just doesn't get any better than this. Well, maybe. Sitting in a tree stand. Late October, early November. Oh yeah. Guys, load of chickens for you. Oh yeah. Need a couple small raindrops, just a little drizzle for 45 seconds or so. Some of these clouds are holding moisture above us. Getting there. Another good shot of that mountain range. You can see through the bugs. Can't wait to stop and clean this windshield off. The clouds too. Man. We got back on 37 here from 81. Looks like a pretty serious rainstorm went through. We're picking up a lot of water off our tires. Even even though the road doesn't look too wet. I think we're about 4 hours away, something like that. Maybe a little longer. And then we'll turn and come back as far as we can. This is our little on-ramp to Berkeley Springs over to 522. Too much interference off either the electrical lines or the drive-thrus for the fast food restaurants. Okay, 40 miles here, back to Breezewood. Coming into Berkeley Springs. 3 o'clock. It's gonna have some pretty long backup, I would assume here. A couple red lights. Get congested with traffic. Yep. Oh yeah, way backed up. Jeez, man. Oh well. Alright, coming down the opposite side of Town Hill here. That beautiful view. We're about 8 miles from Breezewood. And about 3 hours from West Virginia. Okay, we're westbound on the Interstate 76, Pennsylvania Turnpike. Our ETA to Ergon is 7 p.m. I'm having a hard time deciding whether or not I'm going to take this the whole way to Monroeville and then use the parkways, or just skip it like I did yesterday and go down 70 to Washington and then up. We caught a little pop-up shower here again. Like I said before, some of these large clouds are holding moisture, but very, very scattered. Just enough to help clean the windshield off and not have to use any washer fluid. Alright, we made it to the tunnel here just before Somerset. It's not really an easy tunnel because guys like this who can't obviously read just ride the left lane whenever the trucks are supposed to be in the right lane. So now it comes to the end and he's over his line. But that and speed limit. Most of these foreign drivers don't pay any attention. But we're getting there. 67 miles left on Turnpike here, and then we're, I guess, getting on the parkways. like this because a bug decided to splat on the windshield right where the camera angle shows. But we're gonna go just 70 west, back the way we came yesterday. It's technically 8 minutes slower, 7 minutes slower, but with all the congestion on the turnpike, or I'm sorry, the parkways, it's a lot easier to have the chance for an accident there rather than this way. Oh man, that sun's killer. Looks like people didn't listen again. Shocker. Imagine that, the four-wheelers don't know where they're supposed to stop. Oh man, this road is so rough. Oh. Tie-ins for the water line. Goodness. Miles an hour over this stuff, and it's like still not slow enough. This is what I mean about one of those little pop-up showers. Like, the sun is shining incredibly bright to our left, but this cloud right over top of us is holding a lot of moisture. That poor guy on the Harley. Oh, been there, done that. But we're still about a half hour away. We're getting there. Back in the little wee town of New Cumberland, West Virginia. We're right along the river. I guess that would make this the Ohio River. Spot here going down this hill. There's an S-bend and then the railroad tracks you'll see. Nice and easy. Okay. All right, guys, we got our paperwork. Swing on the scale here for a heavyweight. And we have just enough time to get down past Berkeley Springs for the night. That Liberty gas station that I stopped at before, that's going to be our destination. So, man, this trailer clunks around a lot. Ugh. Nice and easy. All right, we are heavyweight, ready to go. We are going to go through Pittsburgh now because it's after hours and should be a pretty quick route, and you guys will get to see one of the most majestic sights in the country or something that it was voted a while back. I don't think the Pirates played tonight, but I don't think we can see their stadium from this way anyways, so get off there for Route 18 down into Washington, but we're going to continue eastbound on 22 here until we get to the Parkway. I think we got about 15 miles till we're at the Parkway, and then we're going to run the Parkway all the way through the city over into Monroeville, and then get on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, get to Monroeville. That'll be exit 57. So we're looking at about just about 3 hours. 3 hours, 10 minutes total time, and we have just over that left on our clock, so we're good to go. This is the exit here for the Parkway. It's Interstate 376. The airport is behind us. Cut across that Route 30 that exits a couple more down outbound. We'll go through the big interchange for Interstate 79, and then next will be the Fort Pitt tunnels. Alright guys, we're making our way down Green Tree Hill here. That's what they call this. We're passing the runaway truck ramp. Call that the runaway truck sand pile. When you listen to the local news and the traffic anchors. Guy's doing a walk around of his truck, making sure it's functioning right. Now we're actually going to be on top of the other, the outbound side whenever we come out of the tunnel here. But on the other side of this is the view that I wanted you guys to see. It's the city landscape at nighttime, and it's been featured, you know, hundreds of times, I would assume, in magazines and any other kind of artwork. Anytime I have a new person come to Pittsburgh, I always try and do my best to show them this site here. Obviously, you're not going to get the gist of it through the camera, but you got the Highmark building lit up pink for October, Gateway Health lit up pink for October. Oh man, it's incredible. The rivers, the bridges with the lights on it. Over to the left across the Ohio River, you have the the Carnegie Science Center, the two NFL, the Heinz Field, and then PNC Park for the baseball. Over there to the right is Station Square. It's like a little, almost like a little strip mall, some shops and restaurants, that kind of thing. But yeah, that's the city. Got the Squirrel Hill tunnels here. These are the tunnels that everybody thinks are much smaller on the inside than they are on the outside. All right, we're getting on here to go eastbound. That white car zipped around 3 different lanes. Cut that truck off, but I just assumed these trucks were going east as well. Looks like, oh yeah, he is, okay. There was no reason for me to go up next to him and try and race him out of the toll booth. Just get in line, take my turn. We have a stop sign here now. Oh, great. Oh, yeah, another construction zone for something here. Got a paver out. What are they doing? Repaving the berm, it looks like. Oh no, they have huge holes dug out here. Jeez, man. Looks like 10 by 10 squares cut out. Oh, there's someone standing right there. Whew. Digging them here. These guys are milling them out, and the other crew's filling them in. All right, coming down here into the Breezewood interchange. This is a pretty popular place in the rush hour times. Seen in a couple other videos, or maybe somebody else's. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is Tuesday, and we are getting set up, ready to roll. It is a later morning than what we're used to, but just the way things go with this week. They needed a second delivery today, and then they'll take their third one for the week on Thursday. Okay, just make sure we're at our on duty. Shut all our canopy lights off. Let's push off here. One thing I didn't do is plug this into the GPS to see how long it's going to take us. So let me do that real quick. Yep, just what I thought, about 3 hours. 3 hours, 5 minutes as of right now. Nothing wild as far as accidents or anything goes. So that'll put us there. 2 o'clock. But just a little different time frame than we're used to. Take the good with the bad. Remember that we're blessed to have a great job, any job, and work for a great company. It's 70 degrees as of right now. Should be a beautiful day. All right, merging on to 37 outside of Winchester. Fingers crossed, say a quick prayer that 81 stays wide open for us so we don't have any backups there. Let's do it. All right, 70 miles left. We're on 29 south. Like I said, an hour and 40 minutes ish. We good. All right, here we are. A lot later than what we normally are, but whatever. It's hot out, 86 degrees. Ugh. I got the AC on in the back. Spin tire here, even though it's real easy. Remember, we're going to line up with our passenger side because this trailer into that second yellow pod over there, so I have to kind of swing in a little bit and then around this pole in front of me. I should about do it. Let's go see our man Brad and get unloaded. All right, guys. Well, we are kind of checked in, I guess. I walked in, did a loop real quick, and found the guy that works in the lab that usually takes care of us. So he knows we're here. He called the other dudes on the radio, so they're gonna come out. I'm going to get my fittings out. See, we're lined up between here and here. Whoop, that guy. So pretty short, but I want to get my fittings out of the box, climb up top, make sure that's all cleaned off like before, and try and get unloaded quick. All right, so this is another look at our valve here, guys. This is the external valve controls. That one, told you before, we always try and keep this wing nut here tight because it crimps the outer fitting and all the innards together. And then right here on this one is this nut. This feeds in and out of here, and that all slides out. That way when they do a tank wash, they clean all the parts itself. And then our 3-2 onto here, double female waiting to go on once we get our sample. And then our air bleeder valve. Another use for this is if we have a long push, say like 2 or 3 hoses, and the truck has a hard time pushing it all out, we can disconnect our air line from the front and run it straight to here, and then use this to blow the line clear in that length. So you shut down the valve, the external and the internal, which is right out here, and then you charge this with air, and it pushes everything back into where you're feeding. That's one of the main functions of that. But we also use it as a bleeder of the pressure. That way you can take the hoses off without losing anything. And that's the whole point of the tray down here. So let's get up top and check that out. Man, it's hot up here, but we got a little valve here, cap. We're going to, okay, well, guess we don't have to unclog it. That's good, just to make sure. And now we're gonna undo all these locks and get the lid. Oh yeah, it's hot. And then you see in here, see how much of that wax is gone compared to yesterday. So that's why we didn't have to melt it with the torch or really use our poker there to clean it out. But we're gonna get this closed back up. We're gonna wait for them to get a sample. We take a jug out of here and 2 out of the bottom. All right, guys, we're all unloaded. Didn't get any footage of the disconnect because we're in a hurry. We're gonna get home and see the wife for the night. So stick with us on the way home. Might have some, might not, might just end it here. So if not, thanks for following along, and we will catch you on the next one.